Hello, my darlings. It's Robin here with your daily spirit message reading. This is for Monday, June 16th, and I'm using the Witch's Tarot card deck. So, sometimes just before I'm getting ready for the reading, I hear something in my head that is meant specifically for at least one of you. I heard somebody speaking German in my head. I don't speak German. So if you have like German ancestry, there is somebody trying to connect with you. And I do recommend that you either reach out to a medium or one of my favorite ways of speaking to people across the veil is to pull a couple tarot cards if you have a deck, or do some candle gazing. Okay, so this reading is for the collective, and I'm just being guided to start pulling cards, and one pulled itself. We do have the three of hearts, the Three of Swords in reverse. So this is a really, really, really good sign. And we have the Emperor, okay? And the Emperor is gazing across the divide to these children. So I do see that a childhood trauma is going to be resolved for you, and there could be somebody coming into your life from your past. And I'm getting like the ages all the way up to 16, okay? Because I don't know what the age of majority is where you live. It's 18 here. And now in my current version of self, when I look at 18-year-olds and 16-year-olds, they're really just babies, okay? So and you might not at that age have had the depth and wisdom to understand the things that were going on around you. So I'm just being asked to clarify, and it keeps on calling itself the Three of Hearts in my head. So I'm getting a really solid like Alice in Wonderland vibe as well, which is kind of strange. The Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts. Isn't that the one that was always screaming off with your head, or off with their head, or something like that? Can I use that as a title? I'm going to use that as a title. Hold on. So I'm definitely seeing something just because of the Alice in Wonderland vibe, a younger age, younger than 16. Okay, so we do have the shadow self. I feel like maybe you were, and this is really kind of scary as a child, you know, because this is when your psychic abilities are at probably their highest level until you're talked out of them by the people around you, and then they might reawaken later in life, unless you were really lucky that you had somebody as a parent that understood your psychic abilities to see into other worlds and dimensions. And I see like portals being opened up into bedrooms, and you might have been afraid of the monster under the bed. So I feel like that is the energy that is coming back to visit you. And they weren't monsters. They just felt like monsters, okay? And this is where this Emperor energy is coming in, because I feel like this Emperor was actually somebody that was trying to help you, but you were terrified because you were too young to understand that this could actually be a spirit guide or an ancestor coming through to say, hey, I can show you the way. But meanwhile, you're like freaking out, like, you know, kind of like Monsters Inc., you know? Yeah, and then you could have just blocked it out and lived without that guide for a long time until you're like, okay, yeah, I'm open to this now. And maybe just think, if you were scared of monsters, if you thought that maybe there was a monster very interesting in your closet, or a monster under your bed, or you had really, really, really bad nightmares. And I feel like this Emperor energy, and I feel like that for a lot of you, it was either an ancestor or your guardian angel, but we just didn't know because we were too young. And of course, kids are usually told like to stop that foolishness, right? I feel like this could have been blocking you from your ultimate prosperity, because the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. So when it's upright, it's like everything that you ever wanted and everything that you've ever deserved, because prosperity is your birthright. it will come back into you. So I really want you to get in touch with that monster, whoever it was. And I actually had a monster under my bed and in my closet, and I used to have like recurring dreams of Dracula. Like, it was so bad that I would sleep with a scarf around my neck. So maybe tell me about, your favorite monster or your most terrifying monster from your past, and then understand that this person, this emperor that haunted you as a child, is actually your ultimate guide to your highest timeline. Woo! All right, I'm gonna go. Bye.